Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to be recreating this look right here, and I am also discussing some of my recent haunting stories which are so scary and exciting. And one more thing, I had done the skincare session for this makeup before this in my IGTV tutorial, so don't forget to check that out. I'll be linking that down below. I have done all these steps like moisturization, SPF, etc. So please check that out before watching this makeup, okay? So I had added some dewy finish primer from the Wet n Wild in order to get a glow going on, but it was like half an hour ago. So I think the glow is pretty much gone, but still there is a little bit of glow. So in order to get that glow back, I'm using the MAC Fix Plus spray. So let's move on to foundation now. And the foundation that I'm going to be using is this L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation. And if you guys are tired by this foundation, I'll switch it soon. So now to blend that out, I'm using this beauty blender. Alright, so once the foundation is nicely blended out, I'm going to use my favorite concealer at the moment, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I'm applying it underneath my eyes, then on the bridge of my nose, between my brows, and a little bit on my chin. Just a little bit. So now I'm blending everything out with the beauty blender. So first on the forehead, then on the nose, then on the chin, then underneath the eyes. So whatever is left on the beauty blender, we can just take it onto the eyelid as an eyeshadow base. I have a ghost story to tell you guys. I have no idea, like I really feel like there's a ghost living on top floor. You see, I always sit to work after like 3 a.m. and stuff. Like I don't know, that's the best time I always get to, you know, kind of edit and export or whatever. So whenever I sit down at the time of 3 a.m., that is what I'm talking about, I can hear like, oh my god, it really freaks me out when I even think about that. I can hear like balls and stuffs, like somebody's playing with that on top floor at 3 a.m. in the morning. Like who does that? Even now I can hear some noise. Like, oh my god, I really have no idea. Like sometimes I tell my husband that we should really go and talk to them, because it's not normal. It's not really normal. We can really hear sounds at between 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. So, like somebody's playing with a ball or something. I don't know, but it really is kind of like intentional, you know. It wants me to hear that, and that is what freaks me out. So I have no idea. I may talk to them one day soon, because I'm so freaked out, you guys. I have no idea, because every single day I can hear this noise. Even if I'm not working, even if I'm sleeping in my other room, or even if I'm sitting in the hallway. Like who does that? I have no idea. We have same construction, like the same room plans on the top floor as well. So whenever I'm sitting in the hallway, the sound is much more intense. Even when I'm like laying down on my bed in my room, at the same time, like between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. I can hear the same noise. So I have no clue. I have to talk to them. I'm so freaked out. So I really wanted to share this story with you guys. Any kind of suggestions to make me calm down, please let me know. So I'm using this Wet n Wild color corrector concealer thing from the Photo Focus range, and this is in the shade medium tony, and I'm blending it out. Alright, so now we have to set everything in place, and I'm using this Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm kind of like baking underneath my eyes. I really don't like to bake, but we have to do the eyeshadow part, and the eyeshadow is going to be heavy, and I'm using a palette that has a lot of fallout. So that's the only reason why I'm baking. I generally don't bake. For whatever is left, I'm just pushing it onto the areas where we have applied the concealer. So I'll be doing my rest of the face after my eyeshadow. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. It's been a while since I have zoomed you guys in while I'm doing the eyeshadow. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now I hope you can see me clearly. I'm going to first do my brows, brushing them through, then filling them in. Then I'm again brushing them through so that the products are evenly distributed among the brow hairs. So once that is done, I'm going to do the eyelids. But I actually forgot to set them in place, so I'm just making sure there's no creasing with my fingers. Then I'm taking the beauty blender where I have some powder left, and I'm just kind of setting that area. And the only palette that I'm using is the Wet n Wild Rosy in the Air palette, and this is an amazing palette. And I'll be using these transition colors, this brown, dark brown, and this dark cranberry kind of shade, and this golden shade. That's it. So first of all, I'm taking the transition colors mixed together, and I'm applying that to the crease. And next step, I'm taking a pencil brush, and I'm using the dark brown shade and kind of like applying it just on the crease very precisely. Okay, once that is applied, I'm going to take the fluffy brush again, which we used for the transition shades, and I'm blending everything out together. So now we have to cut the crease, but before that, it's very good to actually clean up the lids a little bit to make the process easier. So I'm using some MAC Fix Plus for that. You can use a makeup remover actually, but my makeup remover is in the other room and I'm so lazy to go there right now. So I'm just using a cotton pad with some Fix Plus, removing that whatever foundation or concealer there is. Now it may look messy, but we are going to make it incredible. So I'm using a flat brush and I'm taking a little bit of a concealer, the back of my hand. I think I'm going for a much lighter concealer. Cut the crease. Actually, since I have moved to this apartment, you guys, I've got a lot of haunting stories to tell you. I think I'm gonna dust a little bit powder, like at the tiniest amount of powder on this, because otherwise it's gonna crease a lot and we don't want that. Just a tad bit of powder would do. So we're gonna go for a crazy eyeshadow, which is this cranberry shade right here. Just so crazily pigmented and it will fall out everywhere. So I'm applying that cranberry shade on both sides. Also on the inner corners, I'm using the spongy brush, applying that to the inner corners, and a little bit to like connect this area. For the center part, I'm going to use the golden shade with my fingers. I'm taking the pencil brush again to like blend out the edges of the gold. So now we have to move on to the lower lash line. I think I'm going to finish that up right now. I'm first taking the brown transition shade and apply that on the lower lash line. I'm applying the cranberry shade just to mimic whatever is going on the upper lid. Okay, I know it looks crazy, but once everything comes together, it will come together. So I'm using my pinky finger in order to apply the gold, the center. So whatever is going on the top lid, that is going on the bottom lid as well. That's the key here. Okay, I'm going to powder this off. Okay, so we haven't applied any highlighter to the brow bone and inner corners. So I'm going to use this shade, which is the highlight shade, and apply that with a spongy brush to the brow bone. So pretty, right? This is the Maybelline Master Contour palette, by the way. Also on the inner corners, just after the cranberry. Okay, I'll be finishing off the eyes first, then we can move on to the rest of the face. So I'm going for some kajal, and this is the Maybelline Colossal Kajal, and I'm going to use it to tight line my upper and lower waterlines. And then I'm using this Faces Canada eyeliner now to line my eyes. I'm going for a pretty intense eyeliner. So now I'm going to do the mascara. Okay, this is the Color Bar Lash Illusion Mascara Duo. On one side we have the lengthening mascara, and the other side we have the volumizing mascara. So I think I'm gonna go for the volumizing mascara. Alright, so that's it for the eyes, and I wasn't actually wearing any falsies, so I'm not going to wear any falsies. So I'm using the Maybelline palette to bronze. So while bronzing, I'll tell you the next haunting story. Oh, this one is pretty intense, you guys. So one day I was working with my laptop, and for the next building and this building, all the windows are like just opposite, which is so weird. We can't really open our curtains and look outside because we will see the other house. So it's so awkward. I really don't like the construction of this building. So anyways, so for some reason I just opened the windows. Actually, I can't remember why, but I just opened the windows at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Just pretty dark outside, and everyone is sleeping. That kind of a time. So what happened was that, just the scariest part, I opened the window and there was a girl wearing just exact pajamas that I was wearing. I'm not kidding you. Oh my god, okay. I have goosebumps. So on first second I thought like actually there's a girl staying at the house, like there's a girl, a mom and a dad. I always have seen the mom and the girl. Girl is actually about my age as well. But that day the dress was exactly what I was wearing. And what she was doing was that she was standing like a stone on her hallway. Like our hallway is like this and their hallway is just opposite like that, and the windows are like this parallel, and when we open the curtain we can see their hallway. And when I open the curtains just a little bit, that much enough that she can actually see me completely. So I opened the curtain and she was standing still like a stone and she was looking at me. I'm not kidding you, she was looking at me and I saw her face and I was like, who's that? Like, I was sitting like a stone as well. And for a moment, like this moment, I felt like it was me. I have no idea. I wasn't seeing my reflection, I swear you, because I could see all the stuffs in their house, like the dining table, the water bottle and everything. I still remember those things. And she was like standing like a stone and I freaked out. I just closed the windows just like that, and I just went back and sat down in front of my laptop, and my hands were shaking, my mind was like, what's that? And I just waited for like 5 to 10 minutes to calm myself down. I just saw some YouTube videos like Ellen Show or something. That is what I usually do when I'm stressed out. It just makes me happy when I watch Ellen Show or Jimmy Fallon Show. Those are my two favorite shows, and I just saw 1 or 2 episodes of hers and I just felt okay, alright, calm down. And then what I did was I just went back to make sure that if she was still there. Yeah, I just went back and I opened the window and she wasn't there. But everything was still there, like all the other stuff was just like that, the same. But she wasn't there. I have no idea, you guys. She was staring at me straight for like 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds, it's not normal. Okay, so the next day I told the story to my husband and he told me, okay, this is too much bronzing, so I'm just stopping my bronzing and let's move on to blush. And after that I'll be doing the highlight from the same exact palette while talking. So yeah. So the next day I told the story to my husband. This is the Palladio blush, by the way. Okay. And he told me that maybe she was sleepwalking. Maybe she was like in her dreams and she was sleepwalking and just standing like a stone. That happens, right? Like people do that. But I don't think she was sleepwalking, because when people sleepwalk, my sister had this problem of sleepwalking while she was a kid, and I know what people do. Like their eyes will be closed or at least like halfway closed, and you can know when a person is sleepwalking. Their attitude will be different. They won't be anywhere near conscious, and this girl wasn't sleepwalking. I'm pretty sure of that because she was staring at me. Her eyes were straight open. She was standing like this, like straight, and she was looking at me. And the fun part is that, not fun part, the scariest part is that it wasn't just like she was in the middle of doing something and when I opened the window she was like, oh, what happened? No, it wasn't like that. It was like she was already standing at like, oh my god, there's nobody behind me, right? Okay. So it was like she was already standing there for like a couple of minutes before, I don't know, and she was just continuing doing that, and she was looking at me. When I opened the window she was looking at me. It was that way. I told that to my husband and he told that no, it won't be like that. Yeah, like you are, no, that's not gonna happen. So I really have no idea still what has happened that day. But since I have moved to this house, I feel like something is wrong. Messages are coming on my WhatsApp. Just ignore that. Oh my god. Okay. So just want to share these stories with you guys. And if you guys have any haunting stories to tell me, just tell me. It will be interesting in our comment section. Applying a little bit on top of my lips. I'm doing a very little highlighting, by the way. Not too much. Apply bronzer on my nose. So I'm just applying the transition shades that we had from the eyeshadow as my nose contour. So I think I'm gonna add some powder to clean this up. We don't really need to clean that up, it's already clean, but I'm just brushing it out. I don't want it to be like too long. Oh wow, that really made a difference, right? Okay, so I'm just blending everything together once again. And now the only thing left is, yes, lips. So the lipstick that I was wearing was a very matte lipstick. So I've already applied some lip balm before. So I'm not going to take that off because the lipstick that I'm going to be using is too drying. Not like too drying, but it's really matte. It does dry down a little bit after some time. So I'm lining my lips first. There are Mallus watching this video. Just let me know. I want to do this haunting story thing on my Malayalam channel as well. Alright, so my lipstick, I'm using this Wet n Wild liquid catsuit. The problem is that everything looks so pink in my videos. I have no idea why, you guys, because I don't do anything on my editing. I don't apply any filters. I don't add anything to make my face beautiful. Everything looks so pink. I have no idea what to do to remove that effect. So this lipstick too is gonna be looking so pink. But yeah, let's see. The shade is actually such a beautiful shade. This is called Nudist Peach, which is a beautiful shade, but I think it's gonna look too pink on camera. For the video's sake, to make it look much more nuder, I'm going to add this lipstick, which is the Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipstick in the shade 650 Nude Embrace. So I think that's it. I'm going to spray the MAC Fix Plus again. It can be used as a setting spray as well. So yeah, this is the finished look, you guys, and I think it's a very wearable look, right? So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share your haunting stories in the comment section below so that we can all enjoy together. And also don't forget to check out the skincare session that I had done in my IGTV tutorial. I will link that down below as well in the description box and in the comments so that you can go and check that out. It's really good. So yeah, that's it. So see you next time. Till then, take care.